Hi, I'm Christina and welcome to my channel ChriskaYoga. In today's video, we will be doing a quick beginner's Vinyasa yoga flow routine. Vinyasa yoga is a very invigorating, flowing yoga sequence. It's great for warming the body up, getting the heart pumping, and this is a great beginner's Vinyasa yoga sequence to do. Before we get started, if you are not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button down below the video and the notification bell next to the subscribe button. It is free to subscribe, and I would love to have you as a subscriber and as a part of this growing community. So if you're ready, grab your yoga mat and let's get started.
Begin down on your hands and knees for a child's pose. Touch your big toes together behind you, separate your knees apart. Sit your hips onto your heels and then relax your torso over your thighs. Bring your forehead to the floor. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Close your eyes for a moment and begin to deepen your breath. Focus your attention on your inhales and your exhales. Feel your back lengthening over the thighs, relaxing. Feel your hip sockets softening. Remain here for a moment. And slowly open your eyes, come up onto your hands and your knees. Bring your shins parallel to one another and your knees right underneath your hips. Bring your hands right underneath your shoulders, all your fingers spread wide on the ground, planting your hands firmly into the ground. Your back is straight in a neutral spine. From here, we'll move through several cat and cow stretches. So on an inhale, arch your back, looking up and forward. Spread your shoulders wide apart. And then exhale, you'll tuck your spine in the opposite direction, reaching your upper back towards the ceiling and looking behind you for a cat pose. Inhale, come back to your arch for cow pose, spreading your shoulders wide, arching the back, looking forward. And then exhale, reverse that arch, coming to a curve, reaching the upper back all the way up, looking back for cat pose. Inhale, arch your back. Once again, look forward, spreading the shoulders and the collarbones wide apart, opening the chest, arching the back. Exhale, cat pose, curve the spine, reach the upper back towards the ceiling. Look behind you towards your thighs. And we'll continue to move in this pattern, coordinating your movement with your breath. So with each inhale, you'll come here to a cow pose. And then with each exhale, you'll come back here to your cat pose. And continue to move in this way on your own breath timing. From here, slowly come back to your flat back, neutral spine. From here, we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, press into the ground with your hands, and then press into the ground with your feet and your hands at the same time to straighten your legs and lift your hips up and back on the diagonal into downward facing dog. Now, since this is our first downward dog of the class, you can move, pedaling your legs just to gently warm them up. Don't press your heels down too forcefully. Just be very gentle with your legs. You can get into your hips here if you'd like. Just warming the body up, keeping your body in that upside down V shape. And just continue to move here for a bit. And slowly come to stillness in your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, lift the hips up and back. Take a deep breath out, press your heels down towards the floor. They don't have to touch the floor, as mine aren't, but they just have to be going down in that direction. Pressing your hands into the ground firmly and reaching up through your entire spine, through your tailbone, all the way up towards the ceiling. On your next inhale, raise your heels. Bend your knees generously and look forward. Take as many steps as you need, bringing the feet up towards the hands, coming to the front of your yoga mat into a forward fold. So you can bend your knees to place your hands on the floor. If your hands are dangling, you want to definitely bend your knees and place the hands on the floor. Look behind you, relax your head over completely. Breathe here for a moment. You should be feeling the stretch in the backs of your legs, your glutes, your low back as well. And hold for a moment. On your next inhale, you can bring your hands to your hips and gently straighten your spine to come up to standing. Come up to standing with a straight spine, roll your shoulders back so you're standing up nice and tall. Try not to flare your ribs open here, so you want to soften the front ribs in while at the same time keeping the shoulders spreading wide apart. Hold here, you're in Tadasana or mountain pose. Your feet are parallel to one another, hips distance apart for stability. Standing up nice and tall, reaching energy out through the crown of your head. Your hands are down by your sides. On your next inhale, we'll take several sun breaths. So it's an abbreviated sun salutation. Inhale, rotate your upper arms around and raise them all the way up. Exhale, slightly bend your knees and come back to that forward fold. Bring your hands to the floor, relax your head over. If your hands do not reach the floor, then bend your knees more generously. Inhale, bring your hands to your shin bones here and then straighten your spine up, looking forward. Just straightening your spine halfway up for a half forward fold. Exhale, come back down to the forward fold, bring your hands down and relax your head completely. Inhale, straighten the spine and come up to standing once again, looking up towards your hands. And exhale, release your hands down by your sides. We'll take that sun breath once more. Inhale, rotate the arms around and raise them all the way up. Exhale, bend the knees slightly and forward fold. Hands to the floor, relax your head over. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, look up halfway, straightening the spine, and then on your exhale, come back down to your forward fold, relax your head completely. Inhale, come back up to standing, reach your arms all the way up, and exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Standing up tall, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Sun breath, one more time. Inhale, rotate the upper arms around and raise them all the way up. Exhale, slightly bend the knees and come down to a forward fold. Bring your hands to the floor, relax your head completely. Inhale, bring your hands to your shin bones and look up halfway, straightening the spine. On your exhale, come back down to your forward fold. Hands to the floor, relax your head over. Inhale, come all the way up to standing and reach your arms up once again. Exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, standing up tall in your mountain pose, Tadasana, at the top of your yoga mat. From here, we'll move through a modified broken down Surya Namaskara A, which is Sun Salutation A. Once again, standing up tall in your mountain pose, similar to our sun breath. On your inhale, rotate your arms around and raise them all the way up. Exhale, slightly bend your knees, come down to your forward fold. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, look up halfway. Exhale, this time, bend your knees a little bit further so you can plant your palms flat onto the floor. Step back 1 foot at a time into plank. From your plank pose, bring your knees down onto the floor and untuck the toes, and then gently lower yourself down onto your belly. Have your hands down next to your ribs, elbows pointed up, and bring your head to the floor. From here, on your inhale, lift your head and your chest off the floor for a low cobra arch. Keep the tops of your feet on the floor behind you, elbows pointed back, and you're using your upper back muscles to hold you up. On your exhale, bring your head down to the ground once again. Inhale, lift your head and chest off the ground once again for a low cobra arch. Use those upper back muscles to lift your chest up, not using your hands. And then on your exhale, place your head back down. Last one here. Inhale, lift your head and chest off the ground for low cobra. And then exhale, place your head down. From here, press into the ground with your hands to lift yourself up. Tuck your toes, and then press into the ground with your hands and your feet to straighten your legs into downward facing dog. Bend your knees in downward dog if you're feeling a lot of tension and pressure in your hamstrings and near your glutes and near your knees. You want to keep those knees bent to protect the hamstring attachments. We're just going to hold our downward facing dog for 3 deep inhales and exhales. On your next inhale, raise your heels all the way up and bend your knees. Look forward, take as many steps as you need. Little steps are fine. Coming up to the top of your yoga mat for a half forward fold, bringing the hands to the shins and looking up halfway. On your exhale, come back down to a forward fold. Bring your hands to the floor, so bend your knees if you need to, and relax your head over. Inhale, come up to standing. Reach your arms up, looking up. And then exhale, release your hands down by your sides. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And we'll come to lying flat on the back. Once you're on your back, bend your legs and hug your legs in towards your chest. Flex your feet, holding on to your shins with both of your hands. Hugging the legs in for a moment, feel the hip sockets softening, feeling a gentle stretch in your low back, your glutes, and your hamstrings. Relax here for a moment and breathe deeply. From here, place the feet down onto the ground briefly, and then take the right leg and cross the right ankle over the left thigh, bringing the right knee out to the side, turning the leg out from the hip. Once your right leg is settled, hug the left leg in towards the chest, holding onto the hamstrings with both of your hands, flexing both of your feet. Hold here, feeling a stretch in the outer thigh on the right side and the glute. Keeping both feet flexed, hold and breathe. From here, release your hands from your leg, uncross your ankle, and switch sides. Take the left ankle, cross it over the right thigh, bring the left knee out to the side. Hug the legs in towards the chest, holding onto the right hamstrings with both of your hands. Flex both of your feet. Feel a stretch in the outer thigh on the left side and the glute. And hold here and breathe. Slowly release your hands from your thigh, uncross your ankle. We'll take our final pose of the class, Shavasana. Stretch your legs out onto the ground and separate them apart. Relax your legs completely. Have your hands down by your sides and turn your palms to face the ceiling. From here, close your eyes and begin to deepen your breathing. Breathing in and out through your nose. Draw your attention to your inhales and your exhales. As you are focusing on your breath, other thoughts may come into your mind. Gently, once you notice that the thoughts are there, set the thoughts off to the side and bring your attention back to your breath. It doesn't matter how many times this happens, it will happen very often. But just be kind to yourself and always come back to the breath. And just remain here. Bring some slight motion back into your body, gently moving your limbs, your hands, and your feet. Bend your legs and roll onto the right side, resting there with your knees bent and your arm underneath your head for support. Use your hands to help you come up to a seated position. Cross your shins. Flex your feet under your knees. Sit up tall on the two sits bones at the bottom of your pelvis. Bring your hands to your legs. Close your eyes and begin to deepen your breath once again. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a deep breath out. Bring your hands to meet at the center of your chest. And take a moment of gratitude for yourself for taking the time out of your day to practice yoga, to focus on yourself, and to do what you need to do to be healthy. Just say thank you, a genuine thank you to yourself for that. And bow your head to your fingertips. Namaste.
Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this class. If you liked it, hit that like button, give it a thumbs up down below the video, and let me know in the comment section below any yoga classes you would like to see on this channel, any yoga topics you would like me to discuss. I always love to hear from you, so definitely let me know in the comment section below. Also, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit that notification bell next to the subscribe button. It is free to subscribe, and I would love to have you as a subscriber and as a part of this growing community here on YouTube. For even more yoga resources from me, check out my website, ChriskaYoga.com, and don't forget to also follow me over on Instagram at ChriskaYoga for yoga motivation and inspiration behind the scenes of this YouTube channel and so much more. All of the links to everything that I mentioned and more are listed in the description box below. Thank you so much. See you next time.